Hello, hello, my desmadres souls. Welcome to Coming Home to Self, No Bypassing, where we have honest conversations with our inner voice aloud. This is a space for unfiltered reflection, spiritual growth, messy truths, and yes, a little bit of humor along the way, because we are here for the human experience and not to achieve perfection. I am Asa Luna, and this is our journey home. So let's get to the desmadre of the day. So this past weekend, um, had a lot of events that I would like to share with you. Me and my husband were having a conversation about self care, self esteem, and why all people struggle so much with that. We both agree is because sometimes we care about people's opinion too much, whether that's family, friends, coworkers, or just strangers. And that conversation stuck with me. And I realized this is so very true in so many ways. And I wasn't even aware of it sometimes or most of the time. Um, and so I was at the gym yesterday, and I honestly didn't want to go because it was meant to be a rest day, but my emotions were a bit off. And then, the gym, running, or hiking are my go to when I need to get myself right. I got ready and got in my car, and I sat there for a few minutes. I drove to the gym, and my body was like, hell no. Let's just sit here and watch some reels or TikTok or something. Um, and I told myself, okay, let's watch some reels or some TikTok, but while I'm doing stairs. So we can do this, but we have to do the stairs. So I compromised with my body, and I started doing the stairs, and something in me, my mind, was starting to judge me. I could hear it, very low, but I could hear it, and it was telling me this is not working out. This won't do anything for you. Are you even going to do cardio because you're going so slow? Are you going to lift? You should just take the day off. But I silence it. I just ignore it, and by allowing myself to be me, because in reality I'm doing just fine, right? If I'm having an off day with my feelings and I'm not reacting and I'm not allowing those feelings to control my life and send me into this spiral of emotions and craziness, and I'm choosing instead to take a better health approach by going to the gym, I am doing right, even though regardless my mind is telling me otherwise. It's definitely something I need to be proud of, and not something I need to beat myself over and over, even if it's not the best workout. But again, working out sometimes is just that, just a way to deal with your emotions and stop you from overthinking. So I decided to step out of my comfort zone, and I did cardio very slow at first while I was watching TikToks. And my mind was telling me that's terrible. You don't go to the gym to walk, watch TikToks. And but I ignored it, and then I started feeling ready to go faster, and the next thing I know I was ready to go lift. And so I was like, haha, mine, see, I got this. And I grabbed my weights, and I was listening to very chill slow music, and I could hear again my mind creeping in and telling me, why are you listening to that? That's just lazy music that will motivate you to go faster or heavier. And I just ignored it again. And I continued to lift. And I was barely in my first set, but like I'm telling you, I was still kind of feeling not so good about being there. Just my body was so sore. I had no energy. And even though the cardio did help, but I was just not quite like my best. And I just look at the mirror and I start telling myself, you look at you. You look better, way better than before. And I was like, wait, no, be kind. It's not that you look better, but you look different. You've been working out, lifting, and so I took a moment to appreciate myself, to be kind to myself. And then I said, you know what? I feel like I want to take a picture. Uh, and then usually I would not do this because I will be very focused on my workouts, and I will usually take pictures towards the end. Um, and also, I mean, very self-conscious about people around me looking at me taking a picture, or like, because what are they gonna think, or what are they gonna say? I do worry about that sometimes from time to time. And just especially because I just started. It was like literally my first um set of uh, the reps I was doing for my lifting. And but I was like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not gonna care what people think. I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone and just go ahead and take a picture, because that's what I want to do. And that's what's helping me slowly to be kind to myself, to go and finish this workout, right? Or even start it. And so again, I'm like ready to take these pictures, and my mind is, just constantly judging me. And then I realize it is not so much what people think of me or us, it's about what we think about ourselves. I had this realization, we don't even know what other people think. Most of the time, it's just our mind telling us the stories or these rules, right? Play by the rule that we should follow, and they don't even exist other than in our mind. So this voice that is very judgmental, critical, and want to play by the rules and follow the script is just our mind. It really is. And the more we believe all these ideas coming from it, the more limited we live our lives. I think that's why as we get older, we become more cautious, more stay at home, more serious, more safe around safer environments, right? We try to do that. Um, because we live with this voice all our lives. And you know, when we choose to listen to our mind, that is limiting us from doing more and more every time. um it becomes powerful versus listening to our inner voice, that is the one that is telling us, hey, have fun, try these new things, get out of your comfort zone, do something out of the script, right? That voice gets smaller. And we talk about this, well, I talk about this the last episode. But going back to the conversation with my husband, it is true, people always have their opinions and all that, but the opinions that could damage us the most is our mind. Our minds are my own mind, right? That's why we say we are our worst critics. Because I don't know if you have ever experienced that you are so lost in your mind and your thoughts that you create this scenario in your head, and when you want to try something new, and then your mind or yourself, you start thinking these thoughts about, oh, but what are people going to think, that I'm crazy, or what are people going to say, or maybe people are going to laugh, and maybe people are going to judge me, and that is not really what people are doing, or is that safe, or blah 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 blah, right? And and then you just do it, whatever you were going to do, and then boom, nothing happens, like at all. Nothing that you played out in your head happened at all. People, people, right? Air quote, we're not even looking at you. We're not even aware of you at all. Like everything was just in your head. And then I'm like, it has happened to me multiple times, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, like that was not even as bad as I thought. Everything was just in my head. It's crazy. And I truly think this is so bizarre how scared I was when there was really nothing to be scared of in the first place. And I don't know what I see. I don't remember what I see this or what I read it or anything, but I remember sometimes this saying, I don't even know how it goes, but I remember something about do it scared or do it broke or do it crying or blah blah blah, just do it. And then because I always say at the beginning of this episode, we are not here to be perfect, right? It really doesn't work like that because my definition of perfection is not a definition of perfection to someone else. And the closest to perfection we can get is by, or I can get, is by allowing myself to be me, allowing myself to express all of my different personalities, all of my different likes and dislikes, and the whole, um, the way this works is by just doing it, even when I'm scared, even if I'm not ready, air quote, even if it's not perfect. And why why I say not ready, because I don't think we really are ready. Just have to, just show up and just do it. And then, by showing up every day as myself and giving myself permission to be every single day is what will make the difference. Practice makes perfect. Are perfect, not someone else is perfect. And the more I practice this to be me and give me permission to feel and do what I truly want to do, is a way of practicing self love, acceptance, and respect for our true selves. And regardless of what people might think, because most of the time we won't even know what they're thinking or their opinions, it won't even affect our lives at all unless we allow them, and that includes our mind, to make us live by the rules or scare or what people think, blah blah blah. Take control over your mind and your body by listening to your true voice. Give yourself permission to be the fun, crazy, and bold person that you want to be. That's the true self. And I notice, like, the more I do this, and yes, it's scary and stuff, the more I feel myself, the more I feel happy, the more I feel with a purpose. And my purpose is to be me. And it's crazy because I feel like you hear this everywhere, but when you truly, truly think about it, when you truly like take it in, or you become conscious of this stuff, it's really not that scary. It's you just have to be. And I do these conversations, and I do this hopefully to help someone. Um, but just want to share it. This is helping me a lot too. This is helping me a lot to think about this, to journal this, to talk about it. It's literally like self therapy. And I am just so very glad, if you're listening to this, that you are here with me in this journey, walking together with me. And I just want us to grow together, go far away together, and reach that best version of ourselves. And thank you for listening to this message from my inner voice aloud. Thank you for being here. If anything I share with you resonated with you, just know you are not alone. I hope you can be here Thursday for my next adventure. Please let me know in the comments or send me a DM, or if you have my phone number, send me a text message. If there is something that you want to talk about more, um, and I also want to start this thing where I want us all to keep us accountable, the us the desmadres souls, um, by sharing what is it that you did this week or of the day or whatever your experience. What is it that you did to do something that scares you, something that gets you out of your comfort zone? If you did something, even if it's small, it just share it. Just I because every time I close the episode, I say do something that scares you, right? Today. So it doesn't have to do if it's too much, do it every day, just once a week. Just share with me what is it that you did that make you feel better and make you feel good that you step out of your comfort zone. And I'm so excited to read this. I hope you send me one. And stay messy, stay curious, do something that scares you today, and don't forget to listen to your true inner voice. Bye bye.